हरे कृष्ण ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीमद्-भागवतम in story form, chapter 51, King Dusmanta तथा and Sakuntala. King Dusmanta and Sakuntala. Canto 9. In the fifth generation after Puru appeared Maharaj Dusmanta, the son of Revi. Once, while hunting in the forest, King Dusmanta became very tired, and so he approached Kan- Kanva, Kanva Muni, Kanva Muni's ashrama. There he saw a most wonderfully beautiful girl who resembled the goddesses of fortune and who illuminated the entire area with her splendor. Just by seeing this beautiful girl, King Dusmanta became so enlivened that he completely forgot the fatigue of his hunting excursion. Due to lusty desires, Dusmanta was immediately attracted to the girl. Along with some of his soldiers, he approached her and inquired, "O beautiful lotus eyed woman, whose daughter are you, and why are you here in this solitary forest, O most lovely one? Because I belong to the Puru dynasty. I never try to enjoy anything irreligiously. However, it appears to me that you are the daughter of a Kshatriya." The girl replied, "I am the daughter of Viswamitra, and my name is Sakuntala. My mother Menaka left me in the forest. At least this is what I have heard from the greatly powerful sage Kanva. O lotus-eyed king, please sit down and accept whatever reception we can offer you. If you so desire, you are welcome to stay here. Now kindly let me know how I may serve you." King Dusmanta said, "Beautiful Sakuntala, your gracious reception is quite worthy of your noble family. Aside, aside from this, you should know that the daughters of Kshatriyas are generally free to select their own husbands." By her words, Sakuntala had indicated her inclination to have Dusmanta as her husband, and the king, who had desired her from the very beginning, encouraged her to accept him by personal selection. Sakuntala silently agreed to Dusmanta's proposal, and so he married her according to the Gandharva style by pronouncing the Vedic Pranava Omkara. That night, King Dusmanta, who never discharged semen in vain, impregnated Sakuntala. He then returned to his palace the next morning. In due course of time, Sakuntala gave birth to a son, and Kanvamuni performed the ritualistic birth ceremonies. This boy, named Bharata, was a partial expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he became so powerful that as a child he sometimes captured a lion and played with it. After some time, Sakuntala took her son and journeyed to the capital so that she could stay with her husband. However, when Sakuntala and Bharata presented themselves before Dusmanta, the king refused to recognize them, although they were both beyond reproach. At this time, an unembodied voice announced from the sky, within the hearing of all, "O Maharaja Dusmanta, a son really belongs to his father, whereas the mother is only a container. Indeed, according to the Vedic injunction, the father is once again born as the son. The father is once again born as the son. Therefore, you should maintain this boy, and you should not insult your wife. You are the actual procreator of this child. You are the actual procreator of this child, and Sakuntala is telling the truth." Actually, Dusmanta knew very well that Sakuntala was his wife and Bharata his son. But because they had come from outside and were thus unknown to the citizens, he first refused to accept them. When the voice from the sky declared the truth, however, the king very happily recognized them as his wife and son. After the passing away of Dusmanta, Bharata became the emperor of the earth. Maharaja Bharata had the mark of Lord Krishna's disc on the palm of his right hand, and he had the mark of a lotus flower on the soles of his feet. With the use of 33 hundreds 3,300 horses, Maharaja Bharata performed 55 Ashwamedha Yagyas under the direction of Bhrigumuni on the shore of the Ganga, beginning from its mouth and ending at its source. Then he performed 78 Ashwamedha Yagyas on the shore of the river Jamuna, beginning at Prayaga and ending at its source. By performing these sacrifices and distributing 13,084 cows to each of thousands of Brahmanas, Maharaja Bharata surpassed the opulence of the demigods and thus astonished all other kings. After performing other sacrifices, Maharaja Bharata gave 14 lakh black elephants. 14 lakh black elephants with white tusks in charity, and each was covered with golden ornaments. Just as one cannot touch the stars, no one can imitate the wonderful activities of Bharat Maharaja. No one could perform such activities in the past, and no one will be able to do so in the future. Formerly, after conquering the demigods, the demons had taken shelter in Rasatala and had brought with them the wives and daughters of the demigods. Maharaja Bharata rescued all these women from the clutches of the demons and returned them to the denizens of heaven. Formerly, after conquering the demigods, the demons had taken shelter in Rasatala and had brought with them the wives and daughters of the demigods. Maharaja Bharata rescued all these women from the clutches of the demons and returned them to the denizens of heaven. For 27,000 years, Maharaja Bharata ruled the universe, providing all the necessities of life to his subjects. The king had three very pleasing wives, who were the daughters of the ruler of Vidarbha. However, when they all gave birth to children that did not resemble their father, the queens became afraid of being considered unfaithful. To protect themselves from being rejected, the queens killed their own sons. The queens killed their own sons. His attempt for having progeny being frustrated in this way, Maharaj Bharata performed a sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Maruts. When the Maruts became pleased with the king, they gave him a son named Bharadwaja. Once Brihaspati became attracted to Mamata, the wife of his brother Utatya, who happened to be pregnant at that time. When Brihaspati, when Brihaspati tried to sexually unite with Mamata, the child within her womb forbade him to do so. After cursing the embryo, however, Brihaspati forcibly discharged his semen within Mamta's womb. Thereafter, Mamta became very afraid of being rejected by her husband because of giving birth to an illegitimate child, and so she began to consider how to get rid of it. Even though Brihaspati told her, "You foolish woman," in spite of his illegitimate birth, Dwaja, you should maintain him, Bhara. Mamta replied, O Brihaspati, you maintain him. After saying this, both departed, and so the Maruts took charge of the child, who then received the name Bharadwaja. When Maharaja Bharata was disappointed due to not having any children, Bharadwaja was given to him by the Maruts to be raised as his son. As Maharaj Bharata ruled the entire universe, to he appeared to be very attached to his unlimited opulence and family members. However, in due course of time, he began to consider these things to be impediments to his spiritual advancement, and so he ceased from enjoying them any longer. However, in due course of time, he began to consider these things to be impediments to his spiritual advancement, and so he ceased from enjoying them any longer. Hare Krishna.